learning from ties that drift apart and still remain. The story began one evening on a narrow dike in Kosala. Sayana was a middle-aged man who had lived in the same village all his life. In his mind, faces came and went like fading lanterns. Brothers who had once run along the fields with him. Friends who had shouted and laughed at the riverbank. Children who had grown up and walked toward their own distant towns. He sat on the dike and thought to himself, did I choose the wrong people all my life? If everything drifts apart like this, were these ties ever worth anything? Then the Buddha came walking slowly along the field path with his disciples. He stopped near Sayana and spoke gently. What kind of water is flowing through your heart this evening? Sayana told him the truth. He spoke of brothers who no longer wrote, a spouse whose words had grown fewer, children who lived far away, and the hollow feeling that all his relationships had scattered. The Buddha pointed to the narrow channels running between the fields. Look at these rice fields, he said. From here they seem like separate pieces of land. But if you follow the water, you see it flows from field to field. Then down into one river. Human ties are like this water. People grow close, grow distant, meet in part. But for a time, they shared the same water in their hearts. They walked, ate, and cried together. And in those moments they eased one another's thirst. Do not only count who stayed and who left, the Buddha continued. Remember also the seasons when you shared the same stream. Those days left soft soil in your heart. On that soil, you can still take one gentle step toward the people you meet today. Sayana looked down at the water glimmering between the fields. He felt something loosen inside his chest. The faces that once hurt to remember now felt like fields that had once shared rain. If you also think of ties that have drifted apart and feel empty inside, may you remember that even brief companions once shared the same water with you. And may you still feel that, even now, you can take one soft step closer to the person you meet today.